Okay, I don't know. It's something that I've never had the privilege of being a daddy. Okay, but hey, I remember my relatives. It's a very common thing. But why is it such a big deal on YouTube? It happens every day to many millions of people, and hey. But it is cool to see this. You remember when Let's Start More Journey, when Marissa was, announced she's having a baby to her husband, Nate. Yeah, remember that back in Alaska, was that 2 years ago? It's always kind of fun to see this, and here is Kaylee and Jordan of the Nomadic Movement down there in Panama. She finally tells him, "Hey, honey, guess what?" And look at his reaction. As if, I don't know. A husband's if you're close to your wife, you kind of got to know that announcement's coming, right? Does it really take anybody by complete surprise? You let me know. If you're a husband, your wife lets you know she's pregnant. Did it ever, or whether you're married or not, your girlfriend, it's 2021. Hey, let's get with it. Does it ever really come as a total shock? I guess, if you're close to her emotionally, you would maybe kind of think that could be happening, right? I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, that boyfriend, okay, surprising my boyfriend. So, yeah, wow. Oh, very good. Good for the Nomadic Movement. That'll definitely be some content now, won't it? A little bit about communications, and this is a good video, actually, hamming it up there, the Mr. Sasnick. It's not Morse code, it's Morris the cat, okay? Do you remember Morris the cat? It's Morris the cat. It's M-O-R, what is it? M-O-R-S-E, Morse code, not Morris code. Morse code, Morse code. Anyway, Sasnick interviews this guy, I think his name is James, Radio Nomad. He's actually gained about 5 subscribers since this morning, and I'm one of them, because I like radio stuff, okay? He's kind of a ham radio guy, travels in his rig there. Ooh, the glob. Anyway, the glob. Anyway, check him out. If you're into, if you're into nomadic living and you're also into, the radio, ham radio is basically, you get on and you can talk to other people all around the place, all over the place, sometimes all over the world. Anyway, I didn't know there were too many people doing ham radio anymore, but it's still a thing, right? So anyway, check it out. He is in Quartzsite there hanging out with Sasnick and the gang. Mr. Radio Nomad. We got an update here from Story Chasing Amber there. She is broke up with her boyfriend and now she's moving on with her life, okay? And whole lot of she thinks, it's true. It's probably a good time, not only when a relationship ends, that it's time now for other things in your life to start, and yeah. So she's exploring all of that. Check out Shuttle Bay Beach Cricket. Getting ready for the big Schoolypalooza down there. That always happens after the RTR, which is allegedly, it kind of happened this year, I guess. Anyway, it's all the schoolies. If you got a schoolie there, be there at the Schoolypalooza. This was nice, Lori's Way. Going down to San Luis Rio. San Luis, just call it San Luis. If you're in the Yuma area, now you can go up to California and come back down, and it's Algodones, which is a very small area. You can get your dental work done, get your pharmaceuticals. Or you can go down to San Luis, which is a little town, a medium-sized town in Mexico, just south of Yuma, which is actually a fairly decent-sized town, and it's got some pretty darn good Mexican restaurants. Of course, what would you expect in Mexico? Italian food? Ooh, Van City van life. Guess, he's in Canada. Guess what he experienced? Snow! It snowed! It snowed in Canada! Wow! Wow, what incredible clickbait! Does it? Some other stuff that I've been watching. I like regular cars. Guys, a couple guys in Pennsylvania there. Really enjoy their channel. This is the worst car I've ever driven. The Oldsmobile Bravada. That is a good video. Check it out. What is it called? The regular cars. Regular cars. They drive some interesting, cool cars too, but a lot of clunkers. I always enjoy this Inside a Mind mystery series here. A lot of crazy mystery stuff. This was a guy who somebody posted his picture, and just some anonymous guy there, I believe he's somewhere in France, and they posted his picture and they said, find him. And it took, how do you find someone just with a picture of somebody? Well, actually, the technology has caught up to reality, and there's now facial recognition programs that can actually, you look at how many billion people there are around the world, they can actually find matches. If you have other things up on the internet, pictures of you somewhere, you're in a football team or, a class photo or something, they can actually, this thing can go through gazillions worth of pictures and match you. And it found this guy. It actually found this guy. Amazing. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. Wow. Noel Phillips, one of our favorite aircraft guys, is managing to continue doing his channel even during the pandemic. A lot of these aircraft channels where they go take flights and stuff have had to stop or go way back because they can't do anything. Anyway, he's been continuing. He's been flying in Africa. Now he's in the Middle East there. Apparently he's managed to get around and get on a lot of planes. And, so good for Nick. Good for Noel. Good for Noel. This is always one of my favorite channels here, Different Russia, Valeria. And she finds a mall in Russia, in Moscow, that looks kind of a lot like any decent mall you'd find here in America. Isn't that amazing? One of my favorite aircraft guys is Jeb Brooks. I believe he's from North Carolina too. One of my neighbors. One of the most extreme airports in the country, Aspen, Colorado. It's in a valley with a lot of mountains around, and if you're nervous about landing or taking off, you will be even more nervous landing and taking off at this beautiful airport in Aspen, excuse me, Aspen. Here's a bit of some trivia for you. This is Jago Hazard. He's a guy in England, London, England, who does a lot of videos about London history, the tube system, the housing. There's a whole lot of cool stuff about London. If you've ever been to London or if you'd like to go, you got to watch his channel. Really good channel. Anyway, here's some interesting trivia that you may never have known. Ian Fleming is the creator of James Bond. He's the writer that did all the novels and all that. British guy, spent a lot of time down in Jamaica and in the Caribbean. Loved that area. Anyway, apparently back in the day there was a British housing mogul named Goldfinger. That was some guy's name that was built a lot of, helped build a lot of these big tower blocks there in London. The guy's name was Goldfinger. And there you go. That's how Ian Fleming got the name of one of the most notorious Bond villains. You like the name? There you go. Now you know. GB Marie. Let's do some letters. GB Marie says, Little House Off Grid is the clickbait king. He gets so many viewers with all that daily clickbait. It's mind-boggling. He tries, I really do think he tries to make some sort of connection in his video to the clickbait, but it's not what you think, it's like, it's like saying, she left me! You think, she left you for another man or for good or whatever. She may have just left you to go to the grocery store and she's coming back in 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? There is technically a connection to the clickbait, but it's not what you think. And a lot of YouTubers do that, shock you, Somebody said with that couple that were trying to get into Mexico and they got stopped by the police at the border checkpoint and had to give up their CBD oil. I should have said, the police seized them or something. Put something in there they didn't really get seized, but, I could have clickbaited it. If I have to put my mind into a clickbait mode, I was talking about Rosie O'Kelly stopping in front of a laundry, one of those coin laundry places, card laundry places nowadays. Sunny Girl says Rosie wasn't stopped doing laundry. She just pulled over a bit there to sit and chat. Yeah, I know. She didn't go in. And I said that she should have gone in and done her laundry. That would have been good. You know, those funky pants she wears. She wears these short, cut-off jeans with the pockets hanging out. She should have taken those into that coin laundry and washed them, and done the live stream from the laundry there. But that was a good point, Sunny Girl. Clear Skin the Creepa says it's not February, it's Davuary. Big Score says Mexico has the most beautiful lands and the nicest people. Oh, and the best, etc. But their government makes it a pain in the ass and shies tourists away from visiting with their policing schemes. Very sad. The reason many won't go to Mexico is because the police are more corrupt than a $4 bill. You know, the country loses a lot. It's amazing, too, because you do see so many nomads. So, in normal times, if it's not a pandemic, pop over the border to Canada. Americans and Canadians love to go to each other's countries. But, yeah, Mexico, especially if you're driving. I think Mexico, for the tourism stuff, when you fly to Cozumel, over there on the, the Caribbean coast there of Mexico, that's okay because you're flying, you're not driving, but when you drive into Mexico, especially like in Baja or from Texas over, you got to be really careful because there are so many schemes. Police will pull you over even if you're not speeding and extort money from you. They got to stop doing that. You want more tourism in Mexico, you got to stop doing that. Camp Goer 1 says if something comes up a penny at the Dollar General, then that's what you pay. Apparently Dana there of little Full Tiny House. I'm getting all these house. Anyway, Full Tiny House went to a Dollar General there in Quartzsite, and stuff ran up a penny. They said it was the wrong price, and they wouldn't sell them the items. But yeah, I always think that if something comes up the wrong price, now it's the wrong price higher than what you expect. If it came up at $100 and it's a $10 item, you don't want to pay it. But if it comes up a penny and it's a $10 item, they should sell it to you, right? David Harbour says you forget to mention the main attraction of Quartzsite for longer-term residents. It's the cheap LTVA, long-term visitors area, or free in the BLM. We do cover some of the nomads that are spending the whole winter there. I mean, we're seeing a few of those doing that, and a lot of them are at the LTVA stuff and like that, yeah. We do cover that. We've just been covering, all the people that are coming to visit Quartzsite for the short term, but we do some representation of folks that are there for a longer term. Absolutely. We're getting a lot of comments about Elvis Travels. So I give you a quick update on him. His Facebook live stream was recast over on YouTube, Venetic Wolf or whatever. He is apparently the last we heard in the Atlanta area. So Atlanta area, beware. Elvis is in town. Maybe he'll visit the Puppet Museum. You think he should? Yeah, Dave. Yeah, Elvis, if you're in Atlanta, go up to the north side of town there, the north side of downtown, Midtown. What do they call it? I think it's called Midtown. Check out the Puppet Museum there. It's right off I-85 there. Right there, right downtown there. I think Elvis would like that. Don't forget to tell him Camo Dave sent you. Jeff Thompson says, blessings to James Wonderlust Estate. He's a good guy, plus he honorably works for his income. I did see a posting from him also on Facebook, which was also done on the 31st of January about his condition. He's got some serious stuff going on. And we haven't heard anything from him the last 2 days, so I hope everything's okay with James. He does have a long health history and a lot of other issues, so anything that goes wrong with him you kind of really worry about, but hopefully he'll be getting better. As soon as we hear anything more on Facebook or on his YouTube channel, we shall let you know. Hank Amarillo is saying he's taking bets on how long Living Free Mike will be in Quartzsite. I got up into May. The question is, will that rundown rig, will he be able to make it out of there? Yeah. I don't know. He may go over to California. He may try Slab City again. My bet is that he may go over to Tucson, where he does have some relatives. So yeah, if you want to include Tucson and maybe Slab, and that general vicinity, southern Arizona, southern California there, yeah, he's probably going to be there for quite a while. But I don't know about Quartzsite per se. Now, if his vehicle doesn't work, then I don't know what. All right, that ought to do it. Hey, everybody, thank you so much. Letters and more for the 2nd of February, 2021. You all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. I'll chat with you later. Vloganda.